Imagine standing at a crossroads under a starlit sky where 5 ancient symbols float in the air before you, each one glowing with its own unique light, each one holding a secret about someone's heart and the decision they have just made about you. One symbol shimmers like liquid moonlight, the silver moon hanging heavy and full, its surface rippling with mystery and hidden truths. Another appears broken yet powerful, a chain with links shattered in the middle, speaking of liberation and sacrifice. The third measures time itself, an hourglass with sand flowing relentlessly from top to bottom, whispering urgency and awakening. The fourth stands solid and impenetrable, a locked door of heavy wood and iron guarding secrets behind its sealed surface. And the last one extends across an invisible chasm, a bridge of stone and hope, offering connection where there was once only distance. Carl Jung believed that nothing in our psychological world happens by accident, that the symbols we are drawn to, the choices we make, even in something as simple as selecting an image, are reflections of our unconscious mind processing truths our conscious awareness has not yet fully grasped. The symbol that calls to you today is not random. It is a mirror held up by your deepest self, reflecting back to you a truth about someone in your life who has recently made a significant decision regarding their feelings for you. This is not magic or fortune-telling, but rather psychological insight, your unconscious recognizing patterns and energies that your conscious mind has registered but not yet processed. Take a deep breath, quiet the noise of your logical mind, and allow your intuition to guide you. Which symbol pulls at your heart, the choice you make will reveal the archetype of the person and the decision they have made about you. The silver moon glows with an ethereal beauty, its surface rippling like water touched by wind, reflecting light, but also hiding shadows within its luminous depths. This is the symbol of secrets kept, of feelings hidden, of love that has existed in silence and darkness but is now ready to emerge into the light. If you feel drawn to the silver moon, someone in your life has been harboring feelings for you in secret, watching you from the shadows, caring for you quietly, and they have just made the decision to stop hiding, to risk vulnerability, to step out of the darkness and into the light of truth. According to Jung, this is the archetype of the secret admirer, the hidden lover, someone whose feelings have been growing in the fertile darkness of their private heart, but who has been too afraid to speak, too uncertain of your response, too worried about disrupting what you already have together. This person has been present in your life, but not in the way they truly wish to be. They have been your friend when they wanted to be your lover, your colleague when they dreamed of being your partner, your acquaintance when they longed to be your everything. The decision they have just made is profound and terrifying for them. They can no longer keep pretending that what they feel is casual or manageable. They can no longer maintain the facade of indifference or friendship when their heart is screaming a different truth. Who might this person be? Look around your immediate circle. This is not a stranger or someone distant, but rather someone who has been in your orbit, close enough to observe you, to learn your patterns, to fall in love with the real you rather than an idealized fantasy. They might be a friend who always seems to show up when you need them, who remembers small details about your life that even you forget, who laughs a little too hard at your jokes, and whose eyes linger on you when they think you are not looking. They could be a colleague who volunteers to help you with projects, who brings you coffee just the way you like it, who seems to know your mood before you speak. They might be someone from your past who has never quite disappeared from your life, who keeps showing up at the edges, maintaining connection through social media, through mutual friends, through seemingly coincidental encounters. The psychological truth that Jung would emphasize here is that if this symbol resonates with you, your unconscious has already recognized the energy of hidden romantic potential in your life. Your intuitive self has picked up on subtle cues, the lingering glances, the special attention, the nervousness in their presence, the way they light up when you enter a room, the way they find excuses to be near you. Your conscious mind may have dismissed these signs as friendship or imagination, but your unconscious has been cataloging them, and now it is bringing them to your awareness through your attraction to the silver moon. This person's decision to reveal their feelings may not have happened yet in external reality, but the energy of that decision is already present, already moving through the invisible channels that connect human hearts. The silver moon also carries a warning about projection. Jung taught that we often see in others what we wish to see, that our unconscious desires can create stories that feel true, but may not match external reality. If you chose this symbol, reflect honestly. Is there someone you secretly hope has feelings for you? Are you projecting your own hidden desires onto someone else? The line between recognizing another's hidden feelings and projecting our own wishes can be thin. The gift of the silver moon is the invitation to pay closer attention to the people around you, to be open to the possibility that someone sees you as more than you realized, but also to be discerning, to look for concrete evidence rather than building castles on the shifting sands of wishful thinking. The broken chain floats before you, its metal links shattered in the center, the two ends hanging free, no longer bound together, speaking of liberation, of painful but necessary severing, of freedom chosen despite cost. If you feel drawn to the broken chain, someone has made the difficult and courageous decision to end another commitment, to break free from a relationship, engagement, or marriage, because they have realized that you are who they truly want, that their heart belongs elsewhere, that living a lie is no longer sustainable. According to Jung, this is the archetype of the liberator, someone who chooses authentic love over convenient arrangements, who is willing to face chaos, judgment, and disruption in order to honor the truth of their heart. Who might this person be? This is someone who is currently bound to another person, someone in a relationship that from the outside may look stable or even happy, but which from the inside has become a prison, a place where their true self cannot breathe, where their authentic desires cannot be expressed. They may have been in this relationship for years, may even have built a life with this other person, but something has shifted. A realization has occurred, perhaps gradually or perhaps in a sudden moment of clarity, that they cannot continue living this way. You may or may not know about their current relationship. They may have kept it hidden from you, or you may have always known but assumed it was solid, permanent, not something that could change. The decision they have just made is not easy or simple. It is one of the most difficult choices a person can face: to leave the known for the unknown, to hurt someone in order to honor truth, to risk losing everything for the possibility of something real. They have been torn between duty and desire, between loyalty and authenticity, between the comfortable life they have built and the authentic life they long for. What has tipped the balance is you. Specifically, the realization that their feelings for you are not a passing attraction or a fantasy they can dismiss, but rather a truth so fundamental that denying it any longer would be a betrayal of their own soul. They may not have told you yet. They may still be in the process of untangling themselves from their current situation, but the decision has been made in their heart. The first and most important step has been taken. The psychological truth here is that if this symbol resonates with you, your unconscious may be picking up on energy from someone who is preparing to make, or has recently made, a major life change that involves you. There may have been signs, increased contact from someone you know is partnered, confessions of unhappiness in their current relationship, expressions of regret about choices made, or simply an intensity in how they relate to you that goes beyond friendship or casual connection. Your intuition is telling you that someone is choosing you, specifically even though that choice comes with tremendous cost and disruption. Jung would remind you that this situation carries shadow elements. The breaking of commitments causes pain, not just to the person being left, but often to children, families, and communities. If you chose this symbol, you may need to reflect on how you feel about being the catalyst for someone else's relationship ending, whether you are prepared for the complexity and potential judgment that comes with such situations. The broken chain also represents your own unconscious desires. Perhaps you have been waiting for this person to become available. Perhaps you have harbored feelings for someone you knew was committed to another. Perhaps you have been the secret other woman or man, or perhaps you simply recognized a connection with someone unavailable and have been hoping circumstances would change. The gift of the broken chain is the recognition that sometimes love requires liberation, that breaking free from what no longer serves us is an act of courage and integrity, but also the reminder that such liberation comes with consequences that must be faced with full awareness and responsibility. The hourglass floats before you, its sand flowing relentlessly from the upper chamber to the lower, each grain marking the passage of precious time that once gone can never be recovered. Speaking of urgency, of awakening, of the sudden recognition that time is running out. If you feel drawn to the hourglass, someone has had a wake-up call about mortality, about missed opportunities, about the preciousness of the present moment, and they have decided that they can no longer afford to wait, to hesitate, to take your presence in their life for granted. According to Jung, this is the archetype of the urgent lover, someone motivated not by passion alone, but by the profound understanding that life is finite, that tomorrow is not guaranteed, that the perfect moment will never come, because the only moment we ever truly have is now. Who might this person be? This is likely someone older, or someone who has recently faced something that brought them face to face with life's fragility. Perhaps an illness, the death of someone close, a significant birthday, a divorce, a job loss, or any event that shattered their illusion of infinite time and forced them to confront the reality that we are all running out of sand in our hourglass. This wake-up call has caused them to reevaluate everything, their priorities, their choices, their relationships. And in that reevaluation, they have realized that you are important, perhaps even essential, and that they have been foolish to wait, to assume you would always be there, to take the gift of your presence for granted. The decision they have made is to act now, to express feelings they have been holding back, to pursue a connection they have been avoiding, to take risks they had been too cautious to take before. Their urgency may feel intense, even overwhelming, because they are operating from a place of scarcity consciousness, a recognition that time is precious and limited and must not be wasted. They may have been distant or inconsistent in the past, appearing and disappearing from your life, keeping you at arm's length, but something has changed, a switch has flipped, and now they are ready to be fully present, fully committed, fully engaged in whatever relationship is possible between you. The psychological truth here is that if this symbol resonates with you, your unconscious is recognizing someone whose energy toward you has shifted from casual or passive to intense and purposeful. You may have noticed someone who used to be distant suddenly reaching out frequently, someone who was non-committal suddenly talking about the future, someone who was guarded suddenly being vulnerable and open. This shift can feel disorienting because it represents such a dramatic change from their previous pattern, and your unconscious is trying to make sense of what has caused this transformation. Jung would suggest that this person's urgency, while genuine, may also carry shadow elements. Sometimes decisions made from fear of loss or scarcity consciousness are reactive rather than grounded, motivated by what we are afraid to lose rather than clear vision of what we truly want. The hourglass also reflects your own relationship with time and urgency. Perhaps you too have been waiting for something, for the right moment, for circumstances to align, for permission to pursue what your heart desires. The gift of the hourglass is the reminder that perfect timing is an illusion, that every moment we wait is a moment lost forever, that the sand is always flowing, and the only power we have is to make choices in this present moment. If you chose this symbol, reflect on whether there is something or someone in your own life you have been putting off, waiting for, hesitating about, and consider whether you too need to embrace the urgency of now, to stop waiting for someday and start living fully in today. The locked door stands before you, heavy and impenetrable, its wood dark and weathered, its iron lock solid and unforgiving, guarding whatever lies behind it with absolute determination. Speaking of boundaries, of protection, of the painful choice to shut something out rather than risk the vulnerability of keeping it open. If you feel drawn to the locked door, someone has made the decision to close themselves off from you completely, to shut down whatever connection or potential existed between you, to choose isolation and self-protection over the risk of deeper involvement. According to Jung, this is the archetype of the self-protector, someone who has been hurt before, who has learned through painful experience that opening their heart can lead to devastation, and who has decided that the only way to stay safe is to lock the door and keep everyone, especially you, on the outside. Who might this person be? This is someone who has been drawn to you but is terrified by that attraction. Someone whose feelings for you have triggered deep fears about vulnerability, intimacy, loss, or pain. They may have a history of difficult relationships, of abandonment, of betrayal, or of losing people they loved, and that history has taught them that caring deeply is dangerous, that opening your heart is asking to be hurt. Their attraction to you may actually be part of what scares them, the intensity of their feelings, the recognition that you have the power to affect them deeply, the realization that they care more than is comfortable or safe according to their protective mechanisms. The decision they have made is not made lightly, and it is not made without pain. It is a defensive choice, a strategic retreat, an attempt to avoid future hurt by refusing present connection. They may be pulling away from you suddenly, creating distance, where there was closeness, becoming cold where they were once warm, avoiding contact, not responding to messages, or even cutting off communication entirely. From the outside, this can feel like rejection, like they simply did not care or were not interested. But Jung would suggest that often the opposite is true, that the strongest walls are built around the most vulnerable places, that the locked door is protecting something precious and frightened inside. The psychological truth here is that if this symbol resonates with you, your unconscious is picking up on someone's energetic withdrawal, their decision to protect themselves even at the cost of connection with you. This can be one of the most painful experiences because it feels like rejection, like you were not enough, like you did something wrong. But the deeper truth is that their locked door is about them, not about you. Their fear, their wounds, their protective mechanisms are theirs to heal, and while you may care about them, while you may wish you could help them feel safe enough to open that door, ultimately, you cannot do that work for them. They must choose to turn the key themselves. The locked door also reflects projection and your own fears about rejection, abandonment, or being shut out. If you chose this symbol, reflect honestly on your own relationship with vulnerability and protection. Are there ways you have locked your own doors, shut people out, chosen safety over connection? Jung taught that what we see in others is often a reflection of something within ourselves, and your attraction to the locked door may be your unconscious inviting you to examine your own walls, your own fears, your own relationship with emotional risk. The gift of the locked door is the reminder that safety and connection exist in tension, that we must risk vulnerability to experience love, but also that healthy boundaries are important, and that sometimes a closed door is protecting something that is not yet ready to be exposed, in them or in you. The bridge extends before you, solid and purposeful, its stones carefully placed to span the gap between two distant shores, offering passage where there was once only separation. Speaking of initiative, of courage, of the decision to take responsibility for connection, rather than waiting passively for someone else to make the first move. If you feel drawn to the bridge, someone has decided to stop waiting for you to come to them, and has chosen instead to meet you halfway, to reach across whatever distance or misunderstanding has kept you apart, to build connection through their own effort and initiative. According to Jung, this is the archetype of the bridge builder, someone who takes responsibility for relationship, who recognizes that connection requires action, not just feeling, and who is willing to do the work of reaching toward another even when the outcome is uncertain. Who might this person be? This is someone who has been passive or distant, someone who has been waiting for a sign from you, someone who has held back because of pride, fear, or uncertainty about whether their feelings were reciprocated. They may have sent you mixed signals, or you may have sent them mixed signals, and this ambiguity has created a gap between you, a space of disconnection where both of you have been waiting for the other to make a clear move. They have grown tired of this waiting, tired of the distance, tired of pride or fear keeping them from what they truly want, and they have decided to take the risk of reaching toward you clearly and unmistakably. The decision they have made is to be the one who builds the bridge, who initiates clear communication, who takes the vulnerable step of expressing their feelings or desires without guarantee of how you will respond. This requires tremendous courage because it means risking rejection, risking that they will extend themselves and you will not meet them on that bridge, that they will be left standing alone in the middle, exposed and vulnerable. But they have decided that the risk is worth it, that the potential for genuine connection is more valuable than the safety of remaining unknown and protected on their distant shore. You may soon experience this bridge building in the form of a conversation, a confession, an invitation, or simply a shift in how they show up with you, more present, more intentional, more clearly communicative about their interest and availability. The psychological truth here is that if this symbol resonates with you, your unconscious is recognizing that someone is preparing to take initiative toward connection with you, that the energy between you is shifting from passive waiting to active pursuit. This can feel both exciting and scary, because it means you will need to make a choice, to decide whether you want to meet them on that bridge or remain on your own shore. Your unconscious is preparing you for this moment of decision, inviting you to reflect on how you truly feel about this person and about the possibility of deeper connection. Jung would remind you that bridges work both ways, that if someone is building a bridge toward you, you have the option to walk across it towards them. But you also have the option to remain where you are, and both choices are valid and deserving of respect. The bridge also reflects your own desires for connection and your own readiness to take initiative. Perhaps you have been the one waiting, hoping someone else would make the first move, feeling frustrated by ambiguity and distance. If you chose this symbol, it may be your unconscious inviting you to consider whether you need to be the bridge builder in some situation in your life, whether there is someone you need to reach toward more clearly, whether there is a connection you need to take responsibility for the other person to do all the work. The gift of the bridge is a reminder that connection is co-created, that both people must be willing to move toward each other, that meeting halfway is an act of mutual courage and mutual respect. 5 symbols have appeared before you, each one a mirror reflecting a different truth about love, decision, and the mysterious ways human hearts move toward or away from each other. The silver moon has revealed the archetype of the secret admirer, someone ready to emerge from the shadows and speak the truth they have been hiding. The broken chain has shown the liberator, someone willing to break free from other commitments because their heart belongs with you. The hourglass has reflected the urgent lover, someone awakened to life's brevity and determined to act before time runs out. The locked door has revealed the self-protector, someone whose fear has led them to shut you out despite their feelings. The bridge has shown the bridge builder, someone ready to take initiative and reach toward you with clarity and courage. The symbol that called to you is not a prediction of the future carved in stone, but rather a reflection of psychological patterns your unconscious mind is recognizing in your present reality. Jung taught that our unconscious is constantly processing information our conscious mind misses, noticing subtle energies, body language, tonal shifts, and patterns in behavior that reveal the truth beneath surface appearances. Your attraction to one of these symbols is your unconscious bringing that information to your conscious awareness, inviting you to pay attention, to look more closely at the people in your life, to recognize decisions being made and energies shifting beneath the surface of everyday interaction. Remember that all 5 of these archetypes exist within you as well. You too are capable of being the secret admirer, the liberator, the urgent lover, the self-protector, and the bridge builder in different contexts and relationships. The symbol you chose may reveal as much about your own unconscious desires, fears, and patterns as it does about someone else's decision regarding you. Reflect deeply on why this particular symbol resonated. What does it awaken in you? What truth is your soul trying to tell you about your relationship with love, with vulnerability, with initiative, with protection? In that reflection lies the real gift of this exercise, not prediction, but self-knowledge, not certainty about another's heart, but clarity about your own. If this psychological journey has provided insight or awakened something within you, I invite you to subscribe to this channel where we explore the depths of the human psyche through Jungian psychology and symbolic exploration. Like this video to support our work in making psychological wisdom accessible, and share it with someone who might benefit from this reflection. Write in the comments which symbol you chose and what it revealed to you about your situation. Your story may be exactly what someone else needs to hear to feel less alone in their own journey. Remember, you are not just passively waiting for others to decide about you. You too have the power to decide, to choose, to reach toward what you desire, or to protect what you need to protect. The symbols have spoken. Now it is time for you to choose what you will do with their wisdom.